The movie opens inside a British research lab. News footage of riots, war, and brutality plays on monitors in front of a restrained chimpanzee. Animal activists break into the lab, intending to free the chimps. A scientist warns them that the chimps are infected with something called rage. It's a highly contagious virus that causes uncontrollable aggression. They ignore the warning and free a chimp. Upon its release, the chimp attacks the woman activist and bites her. Others come near her to rescue, but she convulses and within 20 seconds, attacks others. Chaos erupts and within seconds the virus spreads. We meet Jim, a bicycle courier, who wakes up alone in a hospital. Silence surrounds him. He walks through abandoned hospital corridors, confused and disoriented. Outside, London is empty. Streets are littered with debris. Buses are overturned. Posters call for evacuation. He yells for help, but no one is there to answer. Jim enters a church. Inside are dead bodies in piles. He calls for help and suddenly the undead reacts. A lone priest, who is infected, stumbles toward him and attacks. Jim escapes, but a swarm of undead starts chasing him. He's saved by two survivors, Selena and Mark, who use firebombs to fend off the infected. Jim is taken to a safe house where Selena and Mark explain what happened. The rage virus spread like wildfire. Within weeks, society collapsed. They tell Jim the rules. The infected are fast, violent, and most importantly, if someone is bitten or scratched, they turn in 10 to 20 seconds. Jim insists on going to his parents' house. There, he finds their bodies and a note. With endless love, we left you sleeping. They committed suicide to avoid what the world had become. That night, Jim makes a mistake by holding a light source next to a window which attracts the infected and they attack the house. Mark and Selena save him again, but in doing so, Mark gets scratched. Without hesitation, Selena kills him. Jim is shocked. Selena coldly explains that hesitation means death. You have to kill them immediately. There's no cure. Selena realizes that the house is not safe now and they have to find a shelter somewhere else. While wandering, they find a high-rise apartment with bright lights on its balcony. They enter the building and while going upstairs they get chased by the infected. But a man, wearing protective gears, helps them and saves them from the aggressive undead. His name is Frank. He lives in the apartment with the lights on its balcony. With his daughter, Hannah, they both have created a safe space. Frank collects rainwater and uses mirrors to signal for help. They're running out of supplies. Frank shows them a military broadcast promising safety near Manchester. Reluctantly, Selena and Jim agree to join them. The four set out in Frank's taxi. They travel through a deserted highway with abandoned cars, a pitch-black tunnel filled with blocked vehicles. Everyone felt trapped except Frank as he decides to drive over the blocked vehicles. His plan works out in cost of losing a tire. They start replacing it, but at that moment a herd of rats go past them and they realize that infected are coming this way. Scarcely had they replaced the tire and flee from there when the infected approached. They stop at a supermarket where they find supplies for their journey ahead and briefly feel normal. That night, they camp in a field. Jim and Selena share a quiet moment under the stars. The world may be falling apart, but human connection remains. Next morning, they arrive in Manchester, which was all on fire, and this sight made them frightened. They reach the military blockade, but it's empty. Realizing no one is there to rescue them makes Frank lose his cool and starts punching the wall desperately. A single drop of infected blood from a crow falls into his eye. He turns quickly. Hannah watches in horror as her father begins changing. Before Jim or Selena can act, soldiers appear and gun Frank down. The group is taken to a country mansion fortified by Major Henry West and his men. At first, it seems like safety, but Jim overhears the soldiers' true intention. They plan to force Selena and Hannah into becoming their wives to rebuild society. It's horrifying. Jim tries to escape with them but is caught. He's taken to the woods to be executed. But he, somehow, distracts the soldiers and hides in the pile of corpses. From there, he climbs over the wall and enters the territory fraught with infected. Jim transforms himself from a courier to a warrior. He comes back to the mansion to set free Selena and Hannah. He frees a chained, infected soldier to unleash chaos on the mansion. One by one, he takes out soldiers using guerrilla tactics. He finds Selena and Hannah. Together, they try to escape. In a bloody climax, Hannah kills Major West by driving him to the infected soldiers, who grab him and unleash ferocity on him. Jim finally makes both women escape the mansion successfully, and they all drive away as the compound burns. But Jim gets heavily injured in return. 28 days later again, Jim wakes up in a countryside cottage, bandaged and healing. Selena and Hannah are alive. They've created a giant hello sign in a field. A fighter jet flies overhead and sees the rescue sign. Now they realize rescue is coming.